Hey, what's happening YouTube? Rod J back again to take a look at another beer. Thanks for swinging by to check out another video. Today I'm going to take a look at one that actually began out in Hawaii. Now it has a few other places around the country where beers are actually created and delivered from. But this is going to be from Kona Brewing, and it's going to be their Fire Rock Pale Ale. I think this is actually the first one I've had from them. This one comes in at a 5.8% ABV. Now with Kona, they actually are no longer really considered to be a craft beer because of ownership. I kind of put them into that category of a crafty brewer where everything else is really about them making beers. It's just their ownership has pushed them out of the standards usually a company. But I'm looking forward to trying this beer. Like I said, the first one I've had from them. I've heard some good things about their brewing company before, so let's go ahead and get it open and get it into a glass. So as you can see here, I'm actually using a no-nick pint glass, which is a great one to use for a pale ale. Allows me to get the whole bottle in there and really expose the nice head of the beer. Head itself, nice full head, probably about 3-finger head I would call it. A nice foaminess to it. Just barely off-white, almost I guess you can say maybe like an eggshell color. The beer itself, when you get it to the light, it actually has a nice straw color. You can see a lot of the stream and carbonation taking place. Get it out of the light, and it's kind of that pretty much soft copper type color that you would expect to have like on a pale ale. As far as the aroma, now on the aroma, I'm actually getting some of the dankness from the hops, but I'm also getting a nice malt balance. I'm getting a little bit of a sweetness off the malts in the background. You can almost pick up those notes you kind of associate with some of your, I'm going to say, malt beverages. Not very heavy on the malt, but you know it's there. But the strength of the smell is not as strong as a lot of the other craft beers I usually have for a pale ale. So that is a little bit less. You do have to take a good sniff to really get it out of the glass. So the initial flavor, you get some slight bitterness on the front of the tongue. Nice little mouthfeel. Really opens up a little bit of flavor. Duration is pretty much short to average. The finish has a little bit of a crispness to it, but not overly strong. Still a little bit of a kind of a wet finish there. Not as dry as you would expect to have on some of the pale ale. I can really start to feel some of the flavor now opening up in the mouth. I'm getting a nice amount of tingling taking place, especially like up into the cheek area. So that feels very nice. As far as how it sits on the body, and on how it sits on the tongue rather, it's a nice, what I would consider pretty much medium body. On the back end, really not getting much of any astringency taking place. I like how it actually does finish. Carbonation sits very well on the palate, not too overly lively at all. Nice and dry, and it also has a little bit of a chewy type texture with it as well. Now you can also see some of the lacing now taking place as the beer comes down, so that's very nice as well. But really, not too shabby of a beer. I don't know how many people have had Fire Rock out there, but if you've had it, let me know. Put some comments in the comment section. Not really too bad. Pretty decent. As far as a rating that I would assign to this one, I think it's really a pretty solidly drinkable type beer. I think it's pretty pleasing. I don't think it would off-put anybody, so I could say it's kind of dependable. So I'm going to actually give this one a 3.5 out of 5, so that would kind of put it at a B level for me. I think if you like pale ales and you enjoy that flavor, that type of beer, I think this is a nice one to give a shot. You also don't have much of the floral sense that you would usually have with, like, say, an American IPA along those lines, so it's not too floral, not too tropical as well. So there you have it. This is the Kona Fire Rock. Like I said, if you've had it before, let me know. Put some comments in the comment section. But with that, I'm going to go ahead and say cheers and finish knocking this one out. Hopefully, I'll see you in the next video. Again, I appreciate you swinging by to check this one out. As always, you know, if you like what you saw, please remember to hit that like button, of course. And if you haven't subscribed and you want to stay up to speed on the videos, then make sure you hit subscribe as well. So with that being said, I appreciate your time. Keep drinking good craft beer. Cheers.